All right, people. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We're back again for. Oh wait, that's right. Today is Good Friday. Oh, happy Good Friday to everybody. Welcome to Blunt Talk Nola, man. I am your host P. Dot on the spot.
Chop Drake's in the building.
Sunshine 17. You know.
And once again, we are Blunt Talk Nola, man. Again, welcome everybody. Hey, DD504, what's happening, Peaches? Happy Good Friday to one and all, man.
What's
Be
good,
you
crew?
know,
DD, Peach.
everybody, all
Bro,
present
you
and
ain't gotta
accounted
shut up when
for.
people talk, bro. Keep running it, bro. Keep running your mouth, bro. I'm just saying,
Hey,
hey,
what's up,
that's
my
all, bro.
man? What's happening, bro? Welcome to the show, my brother. Welcome. All right, so listen, I got one this week called Stolen Name. And this was something me and Silent had talked about a while back while I was doing a bit of research on my family name, trying to figure out, what my genealogy is, other than going through the genealogy bank and all that stuff. And I found out a little bit about my name, and I found out that my name is not your typical last name. It is shared between black and white. There are more black people with this name than white people, or so-called black people with this name than white people. And it led to Silent mentioning that maybe white people stole the name, just for whatever reason that they could steal it for, or whatever like that. So some kind of way the shit came back up on TikTok recently. I couldn't get none of the videos from TikTok, but I definitely found a couple of videos online that kind of get into it. And one video that definitely does. It came from a brother that doing his research on the Dunn family name, and so we're gonna get into that a little bit later. But right now, I just want to see how everybody's week been going. How y'all week been going, man? Any good news? Any kind of news y'all got other than the in other news would be great to share. So the floor is open.
Yeah, I saved $10 on my car insurance for switching to Geico.
This nigga here. That's what's up. At least somebody saving something, boy. Cause this prom, 7th, 8th grade prom for my two little ones, man, just bashed the shit out my wallet, man. So I was, thankfully I was able to cover it for them, through doing a little extra hard work on the job. But that didn't need to hit that there. But they enjoyed themselves, man. I just wish they would have had a little more fun. Um, the prom ended early for whatever reason. I don't know. But they only got like maybe 40 minutes of prom and it was over.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
yeah,
I know, right? That was weird.
yeah, bruh, the man told me the prom was supposed to end for 9:30, right? We was already having difficulties getting them there. So it's like, all right, we got them there maybe about 8:15. I say, okay, well, if the prom in for 9:30, at least they get an hour or something, to go chill with their friends, take some pictures and stuff like that. Bruh, I went, used the bathroom, came back to the school, parked the car. They was calling my phone talking about we ready. I'm like, dude, I ain't even been gone 20 minutes. It was like, oh, it's over with. Like, bro, the man at the desk just told me y'all prom ended at 9:30. All of the students were ready to go. It wasn't that the prom was really over with. They just was ready to go home. I said, man, what the fuck? Go in there and go party, do something. Nah, man, they calling their parents already. I'm like, well, oh well. But yeah, man. So, um, glad everybody had a good week, man. Um, we gonna jump right into the end of the news segment, man. And I got some stuff um that I'm gonna put up, and I think this would be noteworthy to take a look at what's going on within our own political markets. and I think this would be a good thing. So give me a second. Let me get it dialed up for y'all, and I'll be right. And I keep forgetting this brother's name, but I have his stuff saved on my Instagram. All right, so here we go, y'all.
White man who was attempting to steal from black people. I'm going to show you how, and watch how disrespectful he is in the process. Now, Senator Jay Morris has a ton of bills this legislative session, and the majority of them are attempting to take things away from black people. This bill, Senate Bill 217, reduces the number of judges for the Civil District Court in Orleans Parish from 14 to 12. In total, he's trying to take 10 judges away from black folks in Orleans. I'm going to let you hear how disrespectful his conversation is with the black senator from New Orleans, Gary Carter. I'm going to let you see how he talks to the senator from Shreveport. I'm going to let you be informed by this judge about the savings of running a mental health court in New Orleans. And I'm going to let you hear from the black judge, who's the chief judge, explain the volume of cases that New Orleans sees in comparison to the rest of the state.
Did you visit with any of the elected state senators for Orleans Parish?
Of course not.
Did you meet with any of the elected state representatives for Orleans Parish?
Absolutely not. Of course not.
Did you meet with the mayor's office of City of New Orleans, the previous administration or the new administration?
No, not on this. Although I think they're kind of neutral. They're not against the bill, but as I understand it. But that's for them to say.
What fiscal administrators did you meet with in crafting this legislation? Like, did you meet with you mentioned the Judicial Expense Fund. Did you meet with any of the people who run the Judicial Expense Fund in Orleans Parish? No. Did you meet with anyone that's involved in any of the fiscal affairs of any of the courts, Orleans Parish, Criminal District Parish?
No, of course not. Nobody gives gives up their turf. Don't you know that? Nobody wants to reduce their fiefdom.
Is that why you didn't
Nobody wants to allow a cut in their area.
That's why you didn't do a cut in your area? I'm trying to be fair. I'm just trying to understand the genesis of this bill. Right. Did you meet with any judges in New Orleans? You said you met with judges. Did you meet with any judges in New Orleans before drafting this bill?
No.
And the bill only affects judges in New Orleans, correct?
Correct.
You said you met with the governor's office regarding this bill. What elected officials, the city council members, the assessor's office, the clerk's office, what elected officials did you meet for Orleans Parish with this?
None.
All right. And you said practitioners. I practice regularly in Orleans Parish. I know you didn't meet with me as a senator. Did you meet with me as a practitioner to consider the effect on the courts? And
I already know your position, Senator Carter. I didn't need to meet with you.
Then talk to me.
I don't have to. I don't have to meet. I don't understand this line of questioning. I don't have to make. The law has a thing, and it says that
res ipsa, it speaks for something like that. Speaks for itself, or is ipsi dixit? Is so because I said it so? That's the legal maximum.
It's neither of those. It's been a long time since I went to law school, but
you caught Senator Carter at the end, right? But how disrespectful is it? And this is why I consider him to be a thief, in my opinion. You ain't even talked to nobody in the city when you decided to come take their judges, except the mayor's office. You did say you talked to the mayor's office.
Actually, he said he didn't even confer with the mayor's administration, neither the previous or the current administration, about the situation. But then he doubled back and said, "Oh well, yeah, I did. They didn't have anything to say about it." So you just contradicted yourself right then and there, even though you saying that you talked to no one, not the clerk's administration, not the clerk's office, not the judges, not the mayor. Not nobody. You ain't talk to nobody, but you want people to vote to pass this bill where you didn't even think to talk to anybody about what the bill was supposed to be about. And you expect that that's going to fly.
Office, and they were neutral.
I'm not hearing anybody from New Orleans complaining about the judges they've elected down there or the number of judges. I'm seeing a senator from Northeast Louisiana that has reached over into Orleans Parish and want to suggest to the people of Orleans Parish that they have elected too many judges or have too many judges. You understand where I'm coming from? That's my that's one of the concerns I have with what I'm listening to right now. And I would have that concern if you was reaching over into Caddo Parish and just listening to the answers that you gave the noble senator from New Orleans. You know, it doesn't sound like you felt a need to even have a discussion with a senator from Orleans about the matter. Does that not raise any concern for you?
Nope.
Okay, a typical answer coming from my good friend, Senator Monroe.
Thank you, Senator Jenkins.
Now, Senator Jenkins, I'm going to have to disagree with you on one thing. Morris is not your friend or the friend of black people, because anybody who would walk into the house of someone else, take things from them without asking, is a thief, and you should not consider a thief to be your friend.
One thing I'd like sarcastic, sir, but we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I think he was just clarifying that for the people in the for the people who thought
crazy.
that man was being serious about that. And it's just
that motherfucker crazy. They been getting away with it. That's why he thought it was all good. Piece of this. That's the problem too.
Right.
See, these motherfuckers been let shit like this go down. How long has this practice been in play for him to think that I could be up here this bold admitting all this shit? But it's all good.
Right. A senator for another parish to come up and say, this is what I want y'all to do in your parish. No, bro. What the fuck is you trying to do? Because at the end of the day, all of these elected officials we got down here, albeit we have had corruption issues, right? We did. Everybody knows this state, as well as many other states and cities in the United States, have very either minute or very major corruption issues. Corruption is corruption. The only way you can stamp out the level of corruption that we see that's been happening in this city is to let the people decide that, right? When Mayor LaToya Cantrell was out there getting drunk and getting into fights with people at the bar, they voted her in for a second term. She really wasn't in office. She wasn't handling business. None of the stuff that she ran on her platform, she really wasn't handling business like she was supposed to. Like she was supposed to. I'm not saying she didn't do something, but I'm saying all of the stuff that was major that she should have done didn't get done. So, that just, that's a whole nother can of worms. But, when people were saying, okay, we need to get her out of office because she's not really standing on business, we had vax that thing up and all that, and all the other stuff showing up at the second lines and all that other stuff that people were hyped about that got her elected for a second term. And the second term is when everybody decided, oh, wait, she really is the problem. Thought y'all knew that in the first term when they decided to do the petition to get her pulled out of office. Right? So, I mean, when you have people like him getting up here saying this is what he want to do, or y'all, I want to propose a bill that removes 10 judges from office down there in New Orleans. You ain't from here. You've probably never visited here, been here, stayed here, understand anything about New Orleans and how it's operating. Yet you want to tell somebody how to do something in their home. So that's like New Orleans people saying they're going to go to Northeast Louisiana in your district and tell you what to do with your police, your mayors, your elected officials up there, and write a bill up for that. How would you feel then? I think some of the questions should have been, how would you feel if this was something that was being pushed toward your congressional district? And see what his responses would have been.
Attention is that I run a court called AOT Court. It's under Louisiana Revised Statute 2866 et sec. It's a mental health court. And most of the participants in that court are on Medicaid. I have 200 people in the docket. I have maybe 50 active right now. But we issue a treatment plan for them. And for everyone I keep out of the hospital for a month, I save the state of Louisiana $45,000 a month. Now you can do the math.
Jill Scott got a song says you do the math. If the judge says he saves 45,000 and he got 50 cases, what's the math? If it's 200 cases at 45,000, what's the math? How much is he saving in comparison to how much Jay Morris says he's going to save by taking these seats?
Orleans Parish Criminal Court is one jurisdiction, as you keep saying, but we tried 24% of the jury trials in the state of Louisiana. We tried 137 jury trials last year. So if you want to talk about the jurisdictions we're being compared to, we're double Jefferson. We're double St. Tammany. We're over 100 jury trials more than East Baton Rouge. In fact, we tried 26 murders last year. East Baton Rouge Parish only had 22 trials last year. According to their sheriff's office, they had 26 murders cleared by arrest. We tried 26 murders. That's a whole different, anybody that's a trial attorney knows, that's a whole different ballgame. We had more arrests than any of the jurisdictions we're being compared to. I think we beat Jefferson, who was probably second to us, by 1,200 arrests last year. We're the only jurisdiction that has 8,400 cases come into our court, but our filings end up at 4,200. And there are some jurisdictions, again, like Caddo, they had 2,000 arrests last year, but 8,300 filings. I don't know how they're filing, but the math just doesn't make sense. St. Tammany, 2,000 arrests last year, but 6,800 filings with 6 murders. Whereas we had 2,100 violent cases come through Orleans Parish last year. Metropolitan Crime Report says 55% of our 4,000 cases are violent crimes. Another 15% are gun crimes. I don't think that you can, the filings just can't, on their face, they cannot be the same because you can't get 6,800 filings out of 2,000 arrests unless you are separating defendants, unless you are separating charges.
Now, if you listen to the judge here, you would have to believe that Jay Morris either wants to make New Orleans less safe or he's attempting to take money from these black people because each judge makes about $200,000 a year. They have staff members that they hire that make 6 figures a year. These positions are income boosters in black communities. They also build and fund the wealth of black political power, which Republicans in Louisiana, specifically racist white Republicans, want to limit at every turn that they can. Now, you saw that Jay Morris was smug and disrespectful. He didn't even call black people. I consider, in my opinion, him to be a thief. And you shouldn't be polite to people like Jay Morris and any of the legislators that are down there and to politicians. You don't consider somebody who's attempting to take millions of dollars away from black people and representation away from black people a friend. And I personally don't understand how you all can be so polite and kind with people who are literally robbing us in broad daylight and pretending it's about saving money. He's a tobacco chewing liar. And we should call him that and the thief that he is every time you see it. That's what should come out of the mouths of people when they see Jay Morris. He's the man who likes to steal from black people. And if I can take the time to make this video, you can take the time to send an email or make a phone call. As always, do good, seek justice.
And he put the phone number in the comments for the people to make that email. They put his email address, the phone number. I'm quite sure there's some other information in there somewhere. But, you know, what y'all think so far, man?
Yeah, it's kind of what I was saying. I ain't no chop about to say something, but yeah, I was kind of basically what I was saying earlier. You know, I'm just tripped out how brazen he was about answering these questions and no accountability for nothing he was saying. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of, that part was kind of amazing to me. Really, you know. So it's definitely moves that need to be made.
And like
but
I said,
we all can't use this black trophy neither. I don't like that neither. Just you're giving them reasons to say, oh, well, yeah, they ain't paying attention to what's going on. So I'm gonna take 12 more niggas off the well, I'm gonna take 2 more. We had 14, now it's down to 12, so I'm gonna take 2 more off. You gotta be forthcoming. You gotta be a solid person when you get in there. That makes us look better as a race if y'all gonna be playing this little race game and shit. But if you getting up there and you bullshitting and you doing fuck shit, it feeds into their stereotype and their narrative that niggas shouldn't be up there. So a lot of times
it gives their agenda more of a push.
Yes, it feeds their agenda. When we get up there and do the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing, it makes them look like they were right about something they weren't supposed to be in position of power to have that opinion anyway. You know, all this is based off of them being racist. So it's just crazy work how it all, you know, work together. So a lot of times we got to be careful with that shit because snakes like this does exist on both sides. I know he went with the political, you know, he went Democrat and this, let me say Republican. This Republican person that's trying to make it about money. Yeah, I mean, bro, they got Democrats doing that same as play. Like it's the trick of the, you know, it's the trick of the hand, bro. You know, let me say the sleight of the hand. You know, and a lot of times people get caught up in the political version of it. I mean, from his point, the foundation of his point, I agree with it. You know, everything else was, well, I ain't gonna say everything else, but certain things once he started kind of you know, pulling and pushing his narrative toward, you know, certain things he didn't like. I didn't necessarily agree with that, but you definitely supposed to out these snakes, you know what I'm saying? Cut that grass and see what's down in that yard, you know what I'm saying? Definitely.
All right, Chop, you got anything you want to add, brother? Okay. I got one more in other news I'm gonna present right quick, and then I'm gonna turn it over to y'all. This one is really nothing, no video content related to it, but it's just about why I, as well as I think y'all talked about it too. And I think we kind of talked about some of this stuff before, as far as these gaming systems and these games that these kids play. But look at this. It's saying Roblox programmer Jamie Bourne. Sounds like Jason Bourne, you know. Busted 40 counts of child porn possession and importing a child X doll. He also told investigators he's programmer for the kids gaming platform, now facing millions in bond. This is exactly why parents are pulling their kids off of Roblox. I'm gonna say it like that, right? So we talked about some of these online platforms and gaming systems and AIs that all these kids are getting into, right? Because remember, we had AIs that was supposed to be out there, like the what's the one where the boy had he committed suicide from talking to an online AI girlfriend. You know, once again, this is why it's important for parents to know what your kids are getting into as far as these gaming platforms. And I still have to tell my children, and I remind them daily, you know, don't talk to nobody on there. If they start sending you messages, get off of there. Don't ever tell them your name. Get off. Disable the chat. What's the other one? If they start doing all kind of hinky dinky stuff or asking for your address, no, get off of there. But it's just sad to say that these poor children are they're being exposed to too much. The Roblox is a seemingly never-ending game, which means the longer they stay on there, the less rest they get. And Jesus, I promise you, they will stay on that game from here to kingdom come. You're not giving your brain a chance to shut down with stuff like that, right? So it kind of makes you susceptible when somebody jumps in your chat and say, "Hey, where you from?" Little children don't know no better. They tell them where they from. "Oh, I'm from such and such." "Oh, what's your address?" So, but just looking at how this person, don't know how he got busted, but I'm quite sure he got busted and somebody probably had an undercover sting going on. But this is the base information that I was able to get from it. But what y'all think about this so far, man?
Say he admitted to investigators that he works for the platform.
Yep.
That's how they got
he's a
his ass.
programmer.
You think?
Well, I think they probably had an undercover sting set up and caught him in the web. How about if I could say it like that? He got caught in his own web.
That's what I'm asking you. Do you think it was at work?
Probably so. Either at work or at home. Probably writing off some stuff. Them writing off some cheat codes and hacks and stuff in the game system while he at home.
Yeah.
And the platform probably caught on to that, like, wait a minute, this seems like somebody that worked for us doing this. There ain't no way this motherfucker at home. Oh, turn the feds on.
Who sold him the doll too? They need to be investigated too. Who's selling
And I saw
who's selling my
X
buddy
Dolls.
dolls and shit?
Right, my buddy X Dolls. Then the other thing is this too. I'm glad you said that too. There's this and I saw it online. I wanted to talk about that.
And
too.
then you import
Where-
it, so somewhere is making them bitches and getting them to
right.
America. This
Push
is
it,
wild.
push they. So the other thing I saw online with involving Roblox is they now have something where you can steal a motherfucking brain rot child. Like, the little thing they call brain rots on the game. They're saying that they created a code to kidnap the brain rot child. I'm like, wait a minute. So now they got kidnapping involved in the goddamn game? This shit is crazy. And then finding this story to go along with what they were talking about as far as these types of people being involved in gaming, cartoon, you name it. You see what I'm saying? Like, how do you fish these people out? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man. It's real wild out there.
I think the first thing is the
Wait, your mic went mute, Chop.
yeah, man.
Yeah, you good. You might back up. I didn't hear what you were saying at the beginning, though. I think you said
Yeah, I'm just saying
the first
that
step is what?
the children starts with the children and them actually saying what happened versus wanting to continue to just play the game. Because in the beginning, it's like none of you don't find out till the parents actually go to doing research on themselves. Not like the children coming to them and saying, "Yeah, mom, this going on, this, that, and the third." You know, sometimes it does happen, but most of the time when we see it happen, it's the adults going into the children's, you know, game or whatever and seeing the shit. So I think it definitely starts with that. Because to be honest too, they shouldn't even want to play that shit. Just like Fortnite. It's a game that never ends.
What's the point?
It's
right.
No point.
But
like, just playing that shit.
But this the thing. But what makes the game so appealing to them is the fact that there is no ending. And I think that's the disturbing part. But
I'm not saying they dumb for that. I'm saying for me, right, I'm trying to get the bitch over.
Right. I said the same thing. Yeah, so I can get to the next one. Right. There is for us, for our generation, it was a sense of gratification knowing that we start like how games used to have the easy, medium, hard, and then the super hard levels, right? And knowing that you went from playing on the easy level to the medium level to the hard level to the super hard level and completing it wasn't no instant gratification in that. You had to earn each level, right? And all of the accolades that came with finishing each level. With this game, it's like it doesn't matter what you do, you still a winner. There's no sense of what's the word I'm looking for? There's no real sense of completion, right? Because I could just keep playing. It don't matter if I die, I could come right back. Whereas when we was playing games, you die too many times, you gotta start all the way over from the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Then they introduce what? The save points, the save spots, the memory calls to save your spot and all that stuff. So now it's just like you don't really have nothing forward to look for because you just keep running around doing the same thing. And to be honest with you, Roblox is nothing more than Fortnite, just in a 2D model. It's a two-dimensional model of Fortnite because you got to test stuff down to build stuff up. You still got to fight enemies, this, that, and the other. So it's a slower version of Fortnite. And to me, I didn't like playing Fortnite because I didn't like all the bullshit that you had to do to just play the fucking game. That's too much work. You got to build shit up while trying to defend your position and stop 200 motherfuckers from killing you. Come on, man. That's too much. But I passed the mic on that, man. That was just my couple of little pieces of end of the news.
I got one right here. This is true. It's not letting me get to the damn. Hold up, I'm about to get it together. There you go.
Go back. I got 3 different times he did that. I didn't do nothing. I got the whole video. Okay. Where'd you find that at?
he hid it in the people. I got the video right here where I chased him and he hid it. I just showed you the video where he had it in his hand.
Oh, we're gonna stop this right now because theoretically, if you're telling me that's drugs, by Florida state statute right now, you were in possession of it. How do I know where you actually got that from? That means absolutely nothing. And we're going to collect that right there. We're going to take that right there, but we can't charge him with that because we did not see him throw it. For all I know, you went back there, pulled it out your pocket and say, here it is, this is his. This yours? No. Okay, that means nothing. Well, here's the deal. Based off of that video, it shows that you're the primary aggressor. Okay, so we are going to tell you to leave for 24 to 48 hours.
Can you get somebody to dig up all that dirt back there?
This is private property. I have to have a search warrant.
That's why he hide everything in the backyard.
All right, perfect. Here's the thing. The thing about it is, you weren't telling us that when he was hiding it.
I was on the phone telling him.
No, I'm talking about prior to this point. If he was back there hiding, and if he sells dope like how you are, you weren't telling that story prior to this. We done playing with these games. Go ahead and grab your stuff and go ahead and take off, man.
That's right.
No, but nor will I care about it neither. At this point, when you got a bigger problem, like if I was a rookie cop and decided to listen to us saying that what's in there, what I can base off of my training experience to be crack cocaine as a narcotic.
I know, dumbass, you get it gone
do you
too.
think we would have bigger problems if I say, you know what, let's go ahead and seize his property right now while I write up a search warrant to start digging around in this yard? Do you think you really want to go ahead and start stirring up that pot? You fighting a losing battle.
I understand.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, the next time there's gonna be somebody out here that's not able to articulate the law, and then you're gonna be charged whatever you can be charged with, and that's gonna be that, and it's gonna be on you because you don't listen, man. Okay.
I have no choice. You got choices, options. You go.
You got your brother right here.
Yeah, he stay with somebody.
I know.
So I can't do that. Yeah,
well,
then
y'all gonna have to figure it out.
You don't ran on my.
I got the video.
But she got weed on the Where's weed?
I'm not worried about the weed. What's going on, man?
She just seen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did he just rat on it? Did he just rat on himself?
Oh.
Did he just really? It sounded like he just ratted on himself. When she about to wind up catching the whole fucking charge, cause she went and dug the shit up. I would have said, man, I don't know nothing about that. Man, you go ahead. Man.
Because the police was keeping it real with him.
Dude, I don't care how real they keep it.
Even if he did, he couldn't charge him with it because
it wasn't in his possession.
With the shit, it wasn't in his possession. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's crazy that she tried to play on him and the shit wound up getting flipped on her.
But so I'm trying to figure out.
It probably was domestic.
Right. Okay. Because I was about to ask that question. What led her to believe, or what in her mind made her think that it was okay, knowing you know where this man's stash is, right? To call the cops and tell her, and then when they get there, you go dig it up and bring it to them, knowing, goddamn, I don't even think she understood the fact that she knew where it was, went and dug it up, gave it to the cops, and say, hey, this for him. I don't think she understood that just the fact that she the one went out there and dug that foolishness up, told the cops, hey, well, even if this is for him, by you knowing it's right there, just like he said, how do I know this not yours? And you just trying to say it's his. That's what I like. Me personally, I don't know. If, like you say, Chop, he was keeping it real with the police officers keeping it real with him. That's cool. That's understandable. But at the end of the day, they both could be charged because now you done admitted on camera that was your stash.
Not both of them, her, because she came with the shit.
Right, but listen, toward the end, he basically told the police officer, well, bro, yeah, you can go ahead and have it. And the man was trying to tell him, like, bro, listen, you you in a real no-win situation right now, especially if you keep talking. You see what I'm saying? If he'd have just stayed out the way and let the police deal with it, it just would have been her taking the ride. You get what I'm saying? It just would have been her. All he had to do was stay out the way and shut the fuck up. When they come at me, man, look, I don't know where that shit come from. I don't have nothing to do with that. And leave it the fuck alone.
He ain't go to jail, did he?
I don't think so.
He ain't go to jail, Pete.
He ain't
said
go to
both
jail.
of them took a ride.
No, I'm saying they both can take the ride because he basically admitted on camera that the stash was his. So he may not face charges for it now. But remember, the state could turn around and come back and press charges on him anyway because you just said you admitted it on camera.
Not.
Well, the police also admitted it on camera that he wasn't worrying about it neither. So the dude could turn around and sue them.
Yeah.
Why even go through all that, P? Come on, man.
I'm just saying that's
it's a little.
It's a dirty. It's a
no,
stretch.
I get what you're saying, but you see what I'm saying though too. Yeah, it's like nah, they didn't already squashed it. Like Ron said, he trying to get him. He trying to get him to get his mind right. He not really thinking about the situation. So the police would tell him, say, bro, you know, just chill out, let it handle like it handled. Because if a rookie, the rookie would have came through on that dumb shit, they already taking her side. They're not even listening to what you're talking about.
Right.
They would have just took you. So I think that was kind of already established. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that shit crazy. Like y'all said, though, just to get back on the topic, you know what I'm saying? Her crazy come out there with the dumb shit, using a quarter length of her brain. To my daddy about that. Oh, you want me to go put it back in the dirt where he got all the rest of this? It you is retarded, man. And your hair done up so nice on no brain. Ain't that crazy? She got that pretty hair on nothing. It just sitting on stupid. What is you doing, man? It ain't gonna be slick with it too. She throwing it and shit, playing games. Like she got me one, like she was playing spades.
About to go your
she had the big joker. Stupid ass, we ain't playing.
That man,
Ace high, man. Get your dumb ass out there.
Get your dumb ass, because you bringing it up
Look, I don't know where you got that shit from. You could have been just saying that shit. You could have pulled that out your ass. Ma'am, get in the car, please.
On the real, huh, bro?
I'm to tell you, like, that's just
Yeah, you
dumb.
3 times stupid, man.
You going to that extreme, though. That's the whole
Nah,
thing.
you too mad. Yeah, you too mad. You gotta relax.
Calm your ass down.
Yeah, but shit, man, we ain't doing this, though. I like that the police were talking to her like that, too. Say, man, we not about to do all this. Fuck all that dumb shit, man. We tired of this shit. We not about to keep doing this shit with y'all, bro.
It's different with them.
Keep calling them people for that shit.
Yeah, them people.
Knowing you ain't going through nothing.
No, knowing you ain't leaving.
Facts. That's a big fact right there. You ain't going nowhere. You like that Section 8 money. Look, you like that Section 8 rent paid by Section 8, but you also like the fact that he ain't on a lease, but he keeping you straight. That's why her hair all done up.
I'm saying them police to give her all them charges.
He didn't give her all the charges, man. Shit.
I'm saying, you mean in the backyard, under the house by the plant right there? You want me to go get that? Yeah, go get it, man. Give us stupid ass some more charges, man. You crazy as a motherfucker, man.
Every time, he should have played it a little bit longer. Every time she bring a stash, just count how much in that stash.
Man, how you still keep a thought process, and how you be that mad and still keep a thought process that all this time, up until the police come, that this is going to work. This is going to give me what the fuck I'm looking for. And still go through with it, y'all. And say the same shit you practice in your brain the whole time. You said word for word, dog, to the people, and thought you was going to get
practicing your brain. Like, come on, bro.
I think that'd be the crazy part.
And you said it out loud, bro. I don't know, bro. What the hell be wrong with people sometimes, bro? I don't know. I can understand if it's something happened in the spur of the moment, like right quick, like right then and there. That's different. Did you had to wait for the people to come? You had
time to really plot it out where it made sense. But you went.
She
with
thought
the
that
first
made
thing.
sense. That's what I'm trying to tell
Yeah,
you,
that's what I'm
man.
about to say, bro.
She thought
went with
that
the
made
first
sense.
thing that
Bro.
came
She
to her
did thought
mind.
she was thinking.
And
She thought
boom,
she was thinking.
and she went with it. Man, ain't no way.
Crazy. Hey, bro. I done seen worse, but goddamn, man. Yeah, she fucked up 3 times.
She thought she did.
She thought she had him, tell you. Yeah, she thought she had that nigga, man.
He going to jail.
Come out there with that little pack, celebrating and shit.
He going to jail. Stupid ass.
Ma'am, get on the call, please.
I have to go your way to jail. But that's the only one I had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got one mine on the playlist. I got one for you. Well, I think I got 2, but we could keep the party going. It's we just play this one.
It's the first one.
One of y'all, if y'all don't mind.
The IT
Yeah, is it the? Yeah. Y'all check this out, y'all.
I'm
Now,
pulling it.
we talking about the
pulling it up for you.
audacities and shit of motherfuckers, y'all. Based off of P-Dots and bouncing off of yours, child. I got the police on the lineup for mine, y'all. The audacity of this shit. Yeah, that shit crazy.
All right.
He
about to be
he
on
didn't.
screen.
It says wants to put his hands on people while they handcuffed and they got his ass on camera, y'all. But wait till y'all hear the outcome of this shit. Yeah, child. If you know, you know, dog. Check this shit out. P, I don't know if you heard about it, but yeah, bro, this shit crazy.
Okay.
Y'all just pay attention to the details in this motherfucker, but they gonna show the video and all that, so y'all just check it out.
Reporting tonight, state police have now opened an investigation to try and figure out who leaked video to our chief investigator, Chris Nakamoto.
An audit is underway to see who had their hands on that video and when.
They're trying to figure out who leaked video to the IT investigation. Why would it even be said?
Yes, correct. Why would he what?
Saying something like that. You know, would you be upset? Because that the way they saying it is like the
Yes, there's something there.
Bad.
Yeah, you're right. There's something there. You was right to
The video
catch that.
got
Something
put
is
out
there.
there.
Yeah,
Right?
go ahead.
You mad?
Listen, keep listening. Keep listening,
Okay.
P. You right. Something is in that, but listen to them. You gonna put it together for yourself.
Here's Chris now with new reporting on the story who first broke earlier this week.
WAFB filed a lawsuit against Louisiana State Police last year after they repeatedly denied our public records requests, asking them to turn over video of one of their troopers slapping a handcuffed man. We aired that video this week along with a little something extra. And that something extra is now the focus of a probe at Louisiana State Police.
And when he got within arms, in close personal contact, open hand struck him across his facial area.
This is State Trooper Matthew Clare being interrogated by state police investigators looking into his possible use of excessive force in slapping a handcuffed man 4 years ago. Someone secretly leaked this video to us, and when we aired it this week, it rattled some cages at state police. Now top brass at LSP are trying to figure out who's the leak. Multiple people at LSP spoke to us on condition of anonymity. One of them saying, quote, The continued use of public money in an attempt to hide things from the public is evidence they don't want transparency. The public is fighting itself with its own tax money. Another saying the investigation they opened exposes the continued lack of integrity from LSP. It's really sad. And another told the I-Team LSP is looking into who leaked the interview. They want to hide everything because they will not be able to control the narrative.
My perception was that he was going to strike me, or he was going to try to harm me.
This Q&A between Claire and investigators shows what he was thinking when he hit the handcuffed suspect. State police opened a use of force investigation in 2022.
Y'all seen him? Yeah,
Last year,
pussy.
the
Y'all
I-Team
seen it?
requested
Ugh.
videos of that incident through a public records request. Numerous denials and refusals by state police to release that video led to WAFB filing this lawsuit against the state's premier law enforcement agency. Their trooper, Matthew Clare, originally suspended for 40 hours without pay for using excessive force. That discipline was reduced to a letter of counseling in 2024 under new state police colonel Robert Hodges. State police refused to make the slapping video public, leading WAFB to file suit. This past Monday, a district judge sided with the I-Team and ordered state police to hand it over.
And he came at me more aggressively than he had before. And it was more to his stride, and it was just an aggressive stride towards me, and it was just threatening, and it was just a look about him. It was just, I took it as a threat that now he is fixed, now he's going to strike me.
Rafael Goyeneche is a longtime corruption watchdog and former prosecutor. He watched the video of Claire's slap and believes the trooper broke the law, but he has never been charged, and just weeks after getting his disciplinary record wiped clean, he actually got a promotion.
I think that, he could have been charged with a crime. That trooper could have been charged with a crime.
The handcuffed man who was slapped pled guilty to DWI and verbally assaulting the trooper. State police maintain Trooper Clare was the victim here and therefore has a right to privacy that should have prevented that video from being released. For the WAFB I-Team, I'm Chris Nakamoto.
Well, on top of slapping a black man like a sissy, he got a promotion and he got his record clean from this shit. And trying to sue. Cause the video got leaked. Now, Peter, I know you want to
wonder why
talk about the leak.
Y'all wonder why when that video came out with that dude fighting the two women fucking COs or whatever, security guards. Man, dude had that stomped on them and everything. But it's always like you tripping because you attacking their ass. Them people been and done you something that made you wanna act that way with them. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. You already upset. You're already frustrated because you don't want to be in there. So the littlest thing don't piss you off. Walking too slow with you. Fucking got your hands cuffed too tight. Just all type of shit or whatever. Just easily tick you off too or whatever. But that's the job y'all took. If you can't handle the emotional part of it, to where you could keep your emotions together and not be doing that type of shit to people, bro, y'all don't need to be fucking with that shit. Y'all need to find something else to do.
Or if they go find you something safe to do. Because if you constantly feeling like, oh, I felt like I was gonna be harmed, you're a deputy. You're a state.
Man, that man slapped that man like my grandbaby slapped the damn table or something, man. Smack creep. Man, wrist bent all up, man. Come on.
Yeah, he did slap him like a little woman though. That looked like how a woman would slap a man, if he
What's that?
Then they'll tell you how soft it was. Dude turned his head, but his body didn't move.
Bro, like you saw that nigga? You saw it?
Nigga body gonna fall back a little bit. That was the sissiest slap I've ever seen.
But that boy folded under pressure, man. That boy whole arm folded under pressure. He was mad too, y'all. Y'all saw how mad he was. He wanted
But
that to
look,
hurt him so bad.
He wanted it to hurt, and he wanted the other CO to jump up and roughhouse him up some more, so it could make it seem like dude did him something so
That's
bad.
crazy, man.
What's crazy is they got it on damn near it looked like 3 different angles. Dude, just because he approached you, he didn't raise his hand, and he's still in handcuffs. So how much damage could this handcuffed man really do you? And then you say it was all in his stride.
He came at me aggressively. Yeah, it's in that stride. That nigga had a stride.
He had an aggressive stride. Man, shut the fuck up with that dumb ass shit. Nigga, you slapped the handcuffed man.
Just loyal, just said, get your scary ass up, man. Man, the handcuffs.
The fuck you mean?
So that just makes you kind of
So scary ass up, man. That man was just about to boot up to you, and he was about to look at you eye to eye or something, because he can't hit you. He can headbutt you or something, but you could be the move by then. You got both of your arms, nigga.
Free.
You decide to do that shit, says.
So if you do that to a handcuffed man on camera,
You hit this man with a moan, bro. Go ahead, bro.
what will you do to a handcuffed man where you know they ain't got no camera there? And then go with the same rhetoric.
He was fed up, bro. He was fed up, and they helped out, for him too. Act like he ain't even happy.
Nah, just imagine that that judge, what they calling people? The district judge, the judge that's over all the judges in the district. Just imagine if she get wind of this and overturn that decision made by the other judge to not investigate or not prosecute. Oh no, buddy. If I'm the district judge and I see this, I'm prosecuting your ass. Right? So if I'm not mistaken, WAFB, that's Baton Rouge. And the district judge that was down here with the stuff that played off in my video for In Other News, that means she would be over that district as well. You see what I'm saying? Oh, so
hey,
she got the right to overturn
Hope
that.
for the best, but expect the worst.
Yeah, you know how it goes, bro. But just the fact remains that if you do that to a man handcuffed in a facility where there are other guards, which at that point, once he's in the facility, you don't have no need to be there no more. You done made your arrest,
remember Sarah, remember Sarah, bro. I mean, come on, bro. We done seen him kill people, bro, and turn the other cheek. The fuck? We done seen him kill him, B. Think about it. We done seen him beat him all kind of ways on flatbeds and every fucking thing.
Vampire, nigga.
I heard that too. Yeah, I thought somebody was trying to get adjusted or something.
That nigga sound like he was transforming in this stuff.
When I see that, I was like, that shit was.
I don't know what the fuck y'all heard. I didn't hear anything. My mic was on.
I guess you probably rubbed up against your mic or something.
Nigga.
I don't know, man. My mic was on mute the whole time.
But yeah, bro, that shit crazy, bro. You know, and just him, you know, just his little slap. You know what I'm saying? That what made it funny to me. Like, wow, you did that with all that power, man. Get your bitch ass, man. You could, oh fuck, if you ain't try a billy club or nothing, nah. You ain't try to tase him, knowing you was weak as hell. You gonna slap something, all right, bro. Get your wormy ass out of here, man. Yeah, scared as a motherfucker.
You're scared, bro.
He is aggressive. Nigga, shut up.
That's not a shot.
You the police.
Look what he said though. I was afraid that he was gonna harm me. So if you was afraid when you slapped him, that means you shouldn't even be there. Cause that's gonna be your excuse every time something happens. I was afraid for my life. I was afraid.
You gonna think of impulse and wind up shooting some fucking body.
There we go. That's what you get what I'm saying?
But P, guess what I mean his punishment. But wait, his punishment. He got a punishment You hear the punishment?
A week without pay.
No, he actually got a raise. He got his record expunged. Yeah. So
so
he always getting a
bad boy.
So now, look, remember when we kept, I don't know if people noticed this. Every now and again, when shit happened too long in the city of New Orleans, what happens? The feds come down here, right? The feds wind up coming down here. It'd be little quiet arrests and all these little pickups and stuff like that. Like you might see ATF with the NOPD or whatever. Just imagine that the feds get a hold of this and start saying, you know what? We sick of hearing about the shit with these fucking state troopers. We need to investigate them bitches now. Because there's too many instances with our state troopers down here that either lead to somebody being really hurt bad, arrested wrongfully, or killed.
I ain't gonna lie. If them troopers after your ass, you did something, bro. Nah. I ain't gonna
Tell
lie.
a nigga, child. It's a good percentage, right?
Yeah, I'm not about to sit there and go with that bullshit, man. No, nigga. Them people gon' get, and they gon' get your ass. Ain't no getting away and all that shit, boy. Fuck no. You gon' now that's on you. If you running from the police and you lose control, that's on you. But you are running.
Right, I know. I'm not saying that.
You
there
can
have
easily
been
pull
traffic
over
stops.
or something
Look,
like that. You know what I'm saying? But no.
Let's just say that there have been some traffic stops. Remember, we covered one. What was that? About 2-3 years ago, maybe 4, where it was a traffic stop and they staged it to look like the dude tried to run from them and lost control of the car, ripping branches out the tree and up. You see what I'm saying? Remember that, Silent? Where they actually staged it to make it.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about.
Right,
yeah.
but they just plain outright killed the man. You see what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like he was non-cooperative with him or whatever. The man was cooperating, and the whole thing was on tape. And still,
I know it's what you're talking about, but I'm saying like since that incident has happened in New Orleans right now, no. They ain't doing no shit like that.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm not saying that every instance that a state trooper get up on your ass is an instance where you innocent. And I know that. But this coming from me personally, like I told y'all, I was on my way home from work one night, and dude doing the same thing, just got off work on his way home, and state troopers rolled up on this man. Remember, this when the right to carry openly in New Orleans before they made it a situation where you could carry concealed and all that. This is when the open carry thing first came through and went across the border in the United States. But dude was a security guard at a reputable company. He had his license. He had everything he needed. And state troopers rolled up on this man, took his gun out his holster and everything. Like, hold on, man, what you doing? All my paperwork showed up good. The only thing they told this man, he can't have an extended clip. There's no law against you not having an extended clip down. At that time.
They do.
No, at that time. At that time, they didn't have one. They do now, but they didn't have a real law against him having an extended clip. Now they do. But fuck, what can you say?
What year that was that happened?
Man, this was way back in like 16, 17.
Where you said you was working at?
I was working across the river. But anyway, so yeah, man. But they can't be mad because the people leaked the video, man. That's just the bottom line. You got caught with your hand in the cookie jar doing dirty things behind the scenes, and somebody said, "Fuck that, we tired of seeing this shit." And it had to be, when you think about it, it had to be somebody from within the LSP. Somebody had to be the one inside LSP. How else could they get the video that the internal investigating people had that showed what happened in the facility where homeboy was handcuffed and the interview at the same time? That only came from somebody in the LSP. You know, they could say whatever the fuck they want. That only came from inside the LSP.
Some we ain't the only ones don't like his ass. Trying to tell you, player. What I'm saying, they was looking at that shit like they needed to help, you know, like who the rat and all that shit is. Like they're fucking like they running like a mob or a gang, you know what I'm saying? So that's I was laughing off that part too, like how they was so upset that somebody leaked it and shit and trying to get on the news and shit. No, the news picking it up too. What happened? He did what? So
first of all,
hey man, I love it, B.
Why would you want or
you got hacked, son? You got leaked, son. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Rappers have been getting leaked, B. We know how the game go. You got leaked, son. Talking crazy. Did he clutch at you? Yeah, he clutched at me. In the handcuffs, sir. All right. Free room and board. You could stay at the police department. We made your apartment up in here. You the cop of the century. How your wrist feeling? Your wrist all right? Because they looked kind of rubbery when they slammed across that man's neck.
On the real, huh, bro?
He hit him. His neck hit him. he got slapped by a neck in the hand. Stupid. Oh yeah, you can move on whenever you're ready, though, P. That's all I had for you, bro. I had another one, but I'll save it for next week or something. I think it was about a lady running up on 2 Chainz saying he stole her brother or her daddy money and shit. And like she all strung out and shit, try to swerve him off the road and shit.
What the fuck that got to do with him stealing his Oh god.
Yeah, but it's crazy. It's like a little minute clip. Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna roll with. Let's go ahead and get this started right quick, cause I want to make sure I got everything ready to roll.
Word.
All right.
Yeah, I was tripped out how he took that shit. Like he ain't never saw Frank did or something before. I mean, he was extra mad.
Yeah.
That nigga said, "Man, I believe it. I believe it, bro. My partner told me some of these motherfuckers don't need to be here. Some of these motherfuckers need to die." I said, "Damn." You act like you ain't never sold these kind of street pharmaceutical products.
Oh, real?
You don't know she's high, nigga. You know this. That's the first thing came out of his mouth. Man, stay off them drugs, man. That's the part kind of fucked me up. How he took this shit. That was more than anything, man.
So
I thought the nigga gonna have a little more sympathy than that. That nigga was stone cold like Nino Brown.
All right, so gonna go ahead and get into this stolen name segment, and like I said, it was something that came up as I was doing a genealogy thing, and Silent mentioned that, you know, maybe it's possible that because there are more people of ethnic origin than non-ethnic origin, if I could use those words, maybe they stole a name, right? And then we even discussed a little bit about maybe the fact, because at that time, during these times back then, slavery wasn't.
Can I do a quick correction right quick?
Yeah.
We were talking about the European immigrants and the slave trade. the transatlantic slave trade, and we was talking about how those two things are being misconstrued and blended. Stories are being blended and stories are being mistold in the way migration actually happened for so-called black people versus so-called white people, because we don't usually hear their story when it comes to us, but they hear our story when it comes to them. And it always has been this same theory of the transatlantic slave trade. So we was digging into the European immigration, which I'm gonna show y'all a video. It's my time for that. But yeah, that's how we got that though. But go ahead, Pete.
Oh, okay. I forgot.
No, you good. That was just
So now where we are is we were at the discussion point of the
you were saying something was with your name, finding your name.
We're
Yeah,
trying to find my name and the origin.
trying to see how that shit went for your family.
Right. So
yeah, actually, Chop talked about his last name as well. I talked about mine, and yeah.
We got that part. I'm still doing a catalog search to see at what point did it really change and who was who and what was what. But that's probably gonna take a little.
Yeah, you have to, because it's research. You have to do research. You have to get people birth certificates and all that piece. So trust me, people, this is not just something you can do overnight. So it is definitely a process. So we get you, dog. We with you. We with you.
The brother that I'm about to play for y'all, man, he did some research and he found out that one of the first governors of Louisiana was I think he says O.J. Dunn, right? Or J.O. Dunn or O.J. Dunn was a person who had the name, and then some kind of way white folk moved in and started using the last name Dunn as their surname, and that's how the Dunn on the whites started being used, because before that he was the only one with that name. And so it's kind of weird that he was able to go back and pull up like the history on that, but I'm about to show it to y'all right now. I'm not going to use too much of it because it's a pretty long video, but I just wanted to get into a little bit of a discussion about it. And I may have to skip a few seconds in. Oh no, it's still right there. Good.
Imagine hearing your tracks played at these.
I don't want to hear the ads.
That's just a little something to get in your head. But we're going to be talking about what I've talked about before, Oscar Dunn. And for those who know, Oscar Dunn was the lieutenant governor of Louisiana who became the governor, the first black governor, supposedly. That's a whole nother story. But he was the governor, O.J. Dunn of Louisiana in 1868, just 3 years after so-called slavery. Now, I've been playing a game of who had the surname first with the Dunns for quite some time. Why? Because the Dunn surname has a literal definition that is Anglo-Celtic, but it means of a dark brown complexion.
Now, this was the part that I thought was interesting, because when you think about why he's saying what he's saying about it being Anglo-Celtic, these were not just names, these were ways people actually described the person. And so that's what made it started making more and more sense. And it's just like I used to tell people, instead of saying my first and last name, or just say your father's name was Dot, you would be the son of. They would say, oh, you're the son of Dot, right? But flip it around and put the Dot first, and then you get the last name. And that's how I thought surnames came about. But it is something with that, and it's something totally different. But this is the way that they described you back then in those times, which helped them be able to say, "Oh, that's done." You know.
Henry the Dunn, Henry the dark brown complexion guy. Henry the is the Henry the dark brown complexion person. Okay, that's if anybody has the last name Dunn, even if you were an Anglo-Saxon Celt, you should still be a brown complected person. So we see Dunn, he's brown complected. But if you go to this document here, because there's YT people who have the last name Dunn, right? Which means a brown complected person, right?
But we also did have brown complected people who were able to pass as YT people. Right? Remember that?
Tell you that James Dunn was the founder of the Dunn family, and he got from Ireland to Virginia in 1762. So what they're claiming is that this YT man is the first one to come over with a last name denoting a brown complected person. I know that they stole this last name and they didn't know what it means. That's what I'm getting at. But we're going to go forward to prove that. So James Dunn, a brown complected YT man coming over in 1762 to Virginia, right? Now that's funny because Mr. Oscar Dunn, Oscar James Dunn, his name being James Dunn in the middle name James Dunn. Remember, James Dunn is who they claim this YT person is also. But Oscar Dunn got James from his dad, James Dunn. So Oscar Dunn's dad is James Dunn, not James Dunn, the YT man, because his dark skin being that dark would be impossible if he was a mulatto. So this is James Dunn's supposed son, Samuel Dunn. So this is how you know they're talking about a YT person. They don't have a photo of their original James Dunn, right? But these are the offsprings, right? So they get there in Virginia around the time James Dunn was in Virginia. Now I gotta find it, but James Dunn was born in Virginia. He eventually moved to the Louisiana area. Oscar Dunn was eventually born in Louisiana, 1819, but James Dunn started in Virginia. So what caused James Dunn to leave Virginia? But while at the same time, a new James Dunn showed up on the shores. That James Dunn. Is that a coincidence? Too much of a coincidence? A James Dunn came over from Ireland in 1700s, while at the same time, a James Dunn was leaving Virginia at the same time in the 1700s.
Or could it just be possible that same James Dunn that was leaving Virginia in the 1700s was forced out and his name was taken over by said James Dunn that came over from overseas, which would still make his name be a theft, right? Like, okay, well, look here, you gonna get you go ahead on, get on out of here. My name is James Dunn now. You see what I'm saying? All this that you got, that's mine. What it was, the Reclassification Act, right? You come over,
Right.
you could buy the right to whatever you want for $1 or 50 cents or whatever like that. So all the land, all your information, everything.
Oh, you talking about Manifest Destiny?
Yeah, Destiny Manifest. I thought that's what it was.
Manifest.
I know he said it backwards on purpose. This man played too much.
It sounds good that way. Fuck Destiny
It's
Manifest.
Manifest Destiny, man. Had the little white angel on the poster. You remember?
Yeah. But so could that be a part of what that was? Like, because the way brother is painting this picture right now is like that's exactly what it sounded like. Like it was a part of the
I mean, a lot of that was
manifest
part of it. Remember when they what we gonna dig into, a little later, it's like people were running from prosecution too as well.
Yeah.
Remember we was one of our conversations was they had this thing called floating, and this was before they actually had motherfucking steamships and shit, y'all. They ain't had no ships. It was just motherfuckers had. But it was just wooden, the wooden shit, the wooden shits. Yeah, it wasn't no steel joints yet at that time. So that was a thing too. People were scared as a motherfucker, but there was a lot of corruption and shit going on over there. So they came up with that idea, basically. Y'all go and float, basically. You go out there and just whatever, go survive out there, motherfucker.
Wherever the water takes you.
Yeah, it was like death row. Yeah, for inmates and shit. So they was doing that type of shit too. So it was a lot of shit going on, with that. But people got to think, how far did those ships actually make it versus how far y'all see now that these big steel ships and cargo joints and shit make. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a part of that too, not realizing how tough of a terrain of a travel that is to do that with the type of technology that they allegedly had back then to even carry that many people at one time anyway. Could these wooden boats make it from that travel from Africa to all the way to the Americas? People are still debating that theory, and based off of the migration we've seen from the Europeans that's documented. They came over on them steel joints. And it was packed on them motherfuckers. They took pictures and everything of that shit. They look like the pictures that they show us, the cartoon pictures that they show us of the so-called Africans, right? And that's what they said about us, huh? We was packed in the wooden boats and we came over here by the millions. See?
Uh-huh.
But the pictures you see of people being packed in by the millions coming over to over here
for vacation
is them. Is them later on in life though. See the timeline. Yeah, the timeline. So that's what we was getting into with the, well, not really getting into it. I didn't mean to say it like that, but like getting into basically, with that situation. So it's interesting, bro. How you have to also when you're running from somebody just to stay on point. Just to tie everything together. You might have to change that Skavinsky to Dotson, P. That's all I'm saying. You might have to change that Ravinovich to Adams.
Or Adam.
Nah, you gotta sound American. Remember, the whole theme is to try to sound as American as possible. You change it to a Johnson. You get what I'm saying? This is when what I'm saying is this is where the name. This is the reason you was asking for. This is one of the good reasons you would have to change a name. Why would you even steal a name? Remember, that's what you was asking in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so these names are not Adam. They're Adam. They're Stephen. They're Johnson. They're Jones. These are the names that we tell you. Smith. Stuff like that. So yeah, even though these names are, characters. So, it's the best way to. That's the best way to blend in, basically. Especially if you was white and you was Smith, because this is what they were doing at the time. This was who was getting the benefits. The immigrants, once again. Right. See, this is not a new practice, y'all. The same shit happening in 2026.
Mm-hmm. It's still
been going on. So this is why.
What that was? the thing with the Ukraine affair, man, when these people was coming over here by the thousands.
Ukraine, Somalian, everybody. Period. I'm talking about the whole thought process of migration. B. Just think about it like that. That whole thought process has always been accepted and has always been pushed to come over here, knowing that now one of those groups discovered it because they had people already here. But for some reason, they don't want to acknowledge that. This is why we have all these goddamn problems and friction about what's what and how it really go. You see what I'm saying? Because migrants are trying to tell, American people how it actually when it went, but there's archives, there's research, there's history that's showing different. So, people follow different ideologies based off of who your people is. A lot of white people don't want to say out loud that, yeah, I still, I still know that I'm tied to Slovakia. My great-great-grandmother is from there. You see what I'm saying? But now her last name, is Benson or something. Just throwing a name out there. She married a guy, he was half Jewish, and you see what I'm saying? Like, it's all tied in with them blending into just being all white American. And then it just, even the German background spins into that. So,
right.
Yeah,
and that shit is even crazy.
It gets real, nigga. Jewish, German, yeah. Shit. They got Jewish Nazis, shit. People, it's a lot of that went down too, even with them. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. It's some good reasons why you would want to steal somebody's name, definitely. You just sold your fucking people out.
Facts.
Man.
All right, that was all I had, man. Because, like I said, I had some other stuff, but this video was long as fuck. So I just found the one that made the most sense. Okay, if you know.
Who go? It's gonna be Chop go next week, huh? Yeah, well, play mine then right quick, P.
I ain't really had none. I mean, we talked about my name and shit already.
Yeah, we talked about your name.
Well, mine about. Well, you could let this one play then. Where we could you could do what you want after that, then.
Okay.
However, Chop won't, say what he won't say on his, because you could just play this one and we could discuss this if you want, dog. It don't matter. But this is this basically, like I was saying, a part of history that you really don't get to learn, like talking about it. If you did hear anything about it, probably was bits and pieces, or you learned it on your own research. But this definitely wasn't a topic, especially in a topic in school. Probably in some college courses, but you would have to take the course. But as far as this history, it was very, very little being told about it. But these people do a good breakdown on it. And they talk about the whole Eurasia, I'm gonna say, migration, because they don't like to add Asia with Europe for some reason, but they all kind of
closely related or
cousins and brothers and all kind of shit. Yeah, and they all come, especially through anything anything that y'all learned about the Ottoman Empire and how that was running through those trade routes and stuff like that. It was going down. Yeah, once these people found ways and made moves, pay attention to the story you've been told and what you're gonna hear from this, because what I was telling you about with the ships and stuff is gonna kind of all connect basically.
All right. Oh, shoot. All right. Got it all dialed up and ready to roll.
And I kind of yeah, and I found this kind of on the last minute too, y'all. So just kind of be a little patient with a nigga with this one, because they're gonna have some key points. I just want y'all to just like kind of peep out what's going on, because he gonna basically break it down. He gonna talk about what's going on, but also pay attention to the surroundings and the pictures that they're showing to depict what he's talking about too. It's gonna kind of give you, give you a little more insight, probably on what you already know about it. Or if you didn't know anything about it, it'll help you tie some strings in. So y'all check this out. European immigration to America.
We in America are immigrants, or the children of immigrants. We are one people, but a people welded from many nations and races.
You heard he's talking about YT people, yeah. Not y'all.
Right. It's weird how he said many people of many nations.
No, it's not. He representing. Let him represent, P. Don't change his mind for him. Just listen to him.
It's weird.
In this migration, millions of Europeans left their homes to settle in new countries across the seas. Almost 2/3 of them came to the United States.
Look at the threads, fellas. Come on now.
When we became a nation, our population numbered just
look like transatlantic slave, the same routes of transatlantic slave trade. Uh-oh.
Most of our people were of British origin, but there were also Dutch and many Germans, as well as French, Spanish, a great many Negroes, and others.
Uh-oh, I know y'all heard that shit.
The Great Migration from Europe began about 1820. During the following 70 years, immigrants came from Western and Northern Europe in growing numbers. The earliest waves brought people from Ireland and Great Britain, from Germany and nearby countries. Later, the
there go that Celtic
joined the migration from the north and west of Europe. Then, in the 80s, from the south and east they came, as the migration fever spread deeper into Europe.
Migration fever, huh? Them sick motherfuckers.
They had to come from somewhere.
During this period, too, came immigrants from the Orient. The century following 1820 saw Asiatic migration as Chinese and Japanese crossed the Pacific in considerable numbers. These people from the Orient settled chiefly in our
it wasn't the ice. Look, y'all. Look, y'all. It wasn't the ice, y'all. Uh-oh.
Peaked between 1891 and 1920.
Straight across that motherfucker.
During these years, a tremendous movement set in from the countries of Southern and Eastern Europe. Many still came from the north and west, but many more came from Austria-Hungary, Poland, Russia, Italy, and the Balkan Peninsula. But what of the people behind these symbols? What were their motives and hopes? Let us turn back to a steamship agent's office in a European port a half-century ago. Most of those seeking passage to America are farmers and peasants.
Here we go, y'all.
Like this family from Eastern Europe.
Here come the Jews.
Behind them lie years of labor on land that could never be theirs. A man grows discontented when his own labors and the labors of his family go mainly to enrich a landlord. For peasants like these, there is hope of a better life.
Who's the landlord, y'all? Who land they working on, fellas? Uh-oh.
And there are those who have known it firsthand, the political oppression of autocratic governments. Governments that deal swiftly and ruthlessly with those who dare to champion political liberty and freedom of expression. To the man deprived of civil rights in his native land, America offers the hope of freedom. And then there are families like this, who have suffered a religious persecution that could drive them from their home and scorn their right to worship in their own manner. For such as these, there is the promise of religious freedom in immigration to America. These and millions of others like them make up the Great Migration. Millions of every nation and calling, drawn together by their vision of America, a vision of land, opportunity, and freedom. These gladly face the long ocean voyage. Then, immigration gateways like Ellis Island and examination by immigration officials. Here, at the turn of the century, almost all Europeans enter freely, except undesirables such as criminals. For all new arrivals, there is a medical examination to weed out those with serious illnesses.
The main thing y'all was bringing over here is criminals.
Can't leave out the fact that they was bringing in bad diseases too. Talking about medical examination.
Exactly. You hear this? You hear this bullshit? Let it continue.
These groups of
More
Europeans
lies.
that came before 1890 spread rapidly westward to settle both on the farms and in the cities. By the year 1900, settlements of Germans were scattered widely from east to west.
Of who? Of Germans? Uh-oh.
Scandinavians were grouped in the northern Middle West.
How many of them was
The
Nazis?
Irish were largely concentrated in the northeast.
Oh, the Irish? Okay. Them two? They're Celtic, eh?
The sons of these immigrants still cultivate the soil that their fathers made their own. And the farming communities and cities founded by these groups are typically American. Here, there is little trace of the old world.
How?
So we find these communities still peopled
What
by
you
the children
mean?
of these immigrants.
They came over here so they could bring the old world with them.
Most of the immigrants that came after 1890 went into the factories and found their homes in the tenements of America's growing
See, about this time, factories and things up and running.
The crowded slums became a
Look at the ghetto, yeah.
melting pot.
The modernization of the era.
Sprawling communities of transplanted peoples, living side by side, but still diverse in languages and customs, as diverse as these shop signs.
Living no
that
side
mark
by
the
side.
different neighborhoods. These communities posed an urgent question to America. Could these people of many nations become a part of the American way of life?
Which was what?
In meeting this problem, many agencies played a part. The churches
On the come up.
preserved traditional ties in the midst of new surroundings. The newspapers that spoke to the immigrants in languages they knew.
Who brainwashed every damn body.
The trade unions that taught them to work together. These and other agencies
Trade union
grew into the larger community.
kept people out the
The
workforce.
stream of new arrivals.
Look at that, teaching them.
1924,
Look,
a law
look, they
was
got class,
passed
yo.
to restrict immigration from countries outside the Western Hemisphere. By this law, the number to be admitted
By
into
law,
court
fellas.
was to
Ain't
be
this
in proportion to the national origin of our country's population. This gave to Northern and Western Europe more than 80% of the total, while Southern and Eastern Europe received less than 20%. After 1924, immigration from Europe dwindled and virtually stopped during the Depression of the 1930s.
Then they got rid of all the criminals.
But immigration from our American neighbors went on. A century of
Damn
immigration has brought in many people from Canada.
I bet
And
it did.
more recently,
No shit.
there has been a lively migration from Mexico,
There you go,
as
chat.
well as from the Caribbean area.
That was them motherfuckers.
Today, these people of every nation and race have become Americans all.
They
a
came
people
all the way
still
from
diverse,
Canada and settled way in Louisiana.
sharing common aspirations and drawn together
It
in
the
their common
Creole.
contribution of the skills and talents
Nah,
that have made
Cajun.
America a great nation. The school has been a most important influence in the making of America. Here, the meaning of our country, its institutions, and its culture reaches
I
the
saw my
children of
mic
every
wasn't muted,
community,
but Chad,
race, and
so
origin.
the hell is. But that's what the story is about the
Young and old alike have an
Cajuns and
opportunity
shit.
to
That was
study the
the
language
like the
and history
refugees,
of
the people
America.
from other shit that was bad and came
Running from
down
France
here.
and all that shit.
Preparing for an
Yeah.
important step.
Man, you was remember you was doing a little what you call them on that shit.
Fucking
I
talking about
still remember
fucking
that shit.
Here, they
Yeah.
come to
When
testify
you
to
look
their
that shit up and
fitness to
everything.
become once and for all a part of the United States of America.
I'm 15. Why is my boyfriend 20?
Why was my boyfriend 30?
Girl!
You know what I'm saying?
Demi
Yeah, that
Lovato
was it.
appeared on the Baby This is Keke Palmer podcast.
That was the whole thing? That was the whole nine? Oh, you skipped it.
So then went straight to the next video.
Oh, all right. I thought it was
Yeah,
a
it
little
went right
longer
to
than
the
that. But as y'all saw the map, fella, this is the routes. And like you say, those are some of the reasons for the movement to even happen, the immigration to even happen. Remember, y'all, these people done stole all this goddamn land. They done cleared all this area out. They done killed all these people. They done built all these dumbass monuments on top of grave sites and all kind of shit. Right? On top of mounds, especially. Now they need somebody to live in that shit. And they can't get the people that they just killed to live in it, right? They can't live in it. They just kicked them out. Let's just give some land away, see if we can get some people over here and get this shit popping, That's what I'm saying. I don't think how they say with the Mayflower and all that shit. I don't think it happened like that, bro. I think they lied about all that shit on purpose.
I think you don't get into the communities without the people, and I think they skipping that part of it. Like they just saying
definitely.
it like, yeah, like
I don't
just
think they had the
nigga,
technology to even get that fall from there at
you
that time they saying it
motherfuckers
happened too. You
lied.
see what I'm saying?
You squealed and weaseled your way into them people communities, and they let you. And like I say, when I knew it was true is when my daughter started dancing, because that made me have to travel more than I normally travel or whatever. So me driving, I'm talking about all the way east or going, son, you gonna see some shit and it's gonna be like, man, it's undeniable.
Man, come on.
Like,
yeah.
You gonna be like, man, ain't no fucking way them people told us this. And it's that like, no, dog. And you know one thing, son. Ain't nobody, I went to school with so-called white people or whatever. We ain't never used to fucking hang. And if you did see their ass with us, they ain't never used to motherfucking get in trouble. We'll get in trouble and they wouldn't get in trouble. But them people ain't used to be doing nothing like that either. But at the end of the day, it's like, nah, you can't get into the community without
how
the
it go,
community.
yeah.
Nah, ain't no.
It's an unseen thing, like, because it's not you said it's not supposed to be happening for real, Chop. I think that's what that's what it is too. And a
They
lot of
gotta
times,
accept you.
like you say,
If they don't accept you, you're not getting your ass in there. Think they give a fuck if you this, that, and the third. If you telling them some lies or something that's not benefiting them, they not gonna fuck with you. But if it's something they like, oh well, this person might, you know what I'm saying? Just like we was watching the thing in New Orleans, and they had the white boy. he was getting the guns from or whatever his name was or whatever. But it was a white, one of their fucking customers or something probably, and his name was good. So you get all the guns in his name. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no to get the exclusive shit or get the shit that, the nice shit or whatever. But you serving them dudes a purpose. So the only reason they really fucking with you is because you serving them a purpose. If you don't serve the people a purpose, nigga not fucking with you. Straight up. You ain't getting in the community like that. At all. Unless you weasel your way in that motherfucker or sleep your way into it because, they got some people that, once you've been and did that, like, fuck, they gotta accept you as family type shit. And the whole time, nigga ain't even want to be cool with you. He was lying. He just was trying to sleep with the princess or some shit so he could be locked in for the rest of his life.
Fact.
It was doing that shit too. I seen that in one of the stores I went to. It was a gas station, whatever. I can't remember the name of the place it was, but on the wall you can see it. It's like the white people that came there mixed with the Indian, and by him sleeping with one of the chief's daughters or some shit like that, he wind up running the whole tribe type shit. They knew what they had to do. That was the only way they was gonna be accepted. Like you're not gonna just get in. You're not gonna just get into them people's shit and not, Now they looking at you as one of the most prominent chiefs of the No, bitch, you ain't even. You fucked your way into the damn whole community.
If that even happened, like I said, they love to tell
they story.
Tell their own stories, yeah, because because they the victor, so yeah, bro. He that nigga could have killed all them fucking people and raped that girl and forced them fucking people to sign over some shit or treat or something. Who knows? It was so much dirty ass shit going on with a lot of that shit anyway. Remember, a lot of our people went through the grinder with that shit. It came all the way down to 5 civilized tribes, and by the time it was that shit, there wasn't even much the right people representing who the people was, though. And you knew this. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, dog. I agree with you with that.
They got some talk going on right now about that 5 civilized tribe stuff and how
they sold it out.
They looking at reversing a bunch of how that shit went down because they realizing now that a bunch of the people that's a part of the 5 civilized tribes didn't have no business being there in the first place because they white. They just, labeled them Native American.
No, ain't no label them, nigga. Listen, if you the chief, if you fuck one of the chief's daughters, now you became part of the nation now, nigga. You ain't just fuck the chief daughter, nigga. You part of the family. Chief, like, bitch, you die, you don't be part of the family. Like people take that shit serious. But he know that with his nasty ass, so he gon' fuck her so he could be in power or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now you didn't skip all these motherfucking people that's been in power or that should be in power. That should
have been next in line.
That's naturally, you know what I'm saying? Because now she fucking with the white dude versus fucking with the Indian dude or whatever, somebody from her tribe. Really, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit. They knew what they was doing, bro. When I seen that shit in that gas station, I said, yeah, that's exactly what you did, Pocahontas, John Smith. What you did.
Out there giving up the goods because of somebody
run by the family line, but
that shit go by the family line. Them people take that shit serious.
Whatever feel good to them, dog. That's what I'm saying, Chop. I don't think them niggas was like fucking into the family, and then like the black chief was accepting these white crazy motherfuckers or these Chinese motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I think I think that shit fabricated too. Like with that, ain't nobody was accepting all them people like that. I think that's a part of their storyline to have them.
They had to
like
kill
to soothe their
somebody,
ego
bro.
about what really happened though. Like
They
they
had
got
to
rid
kill
of a lot of
somebody,
people,
bro.
Like
Ain't
and there was
no-
a lot of other shit going on. Remember, we had our little beefs going on too with other tribes. So they was slick side saying this tribe was doing this to that tribe, and had niggas beefing and all kind of shit. So it was definitely going down, though. It wasn't just one main thing, though. I'm gonna say it like that. It was definitely a lot of factors in there tied into marriage as well. Because they might have remember, you could force a motherfucker into marriage. Remember, that's a part of that European that's a part of their shit anyway. To marry into the family so they could have a deeper a bigger family and shit for when they battle or they take over land and shit. They get with other families basically. Your son King of Datsun marries the Queen of Duns. You see what I'm saying? And we make a treaty with each other as long as them two married. See, they into that type of practice. That's why I was, bringing it up with them, with them saying, well, yeah, the Indian chief done brought you in, and now you married to my wife. It's I think that's more they practice more than which ours was. Which what I was saying about the son, the chief's son would take over the range. He would go through like or initiation or something like that. Or obstacle course or some kind of thing where it could prove itself or something like that, and then he take over the range. He get the bigger feathers, or it was more traditional than that war tactic thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we not a people of war. But we'll whoop your ass though. Ain't a killer, but don't push me, nigga. Warriors. Motherfucker. But yeah, Pete, that's all I had, bro. That's all I have on that one.
Well, I do thank y'all for y'all great input, man. Thank you for all the people who dropped in. Wait, let me go back to the top.
Yeah, I didn't have anything.
DD504 Peaches, Lamont Stewart. Thank y'all for jumping in, man. Thank you to all the listeners on the rebroadcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Jump in them comments. Let us know what y'all think. Let us know what y'all want us to talk about. Let us know about any interesting events in your area or neck of the woods. We appreciate all the likes and subscribes we can get. It's always more to be welcome. Don't forget, once again, like, subscribe, and share. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. And we'll see y'all next week, man. I am your host, P. Dot on the spot.
Top Trace in the building.
Hey man, Silent Child 17.
And we are Blunt Talk NOLA, and we are out of here. I bid everybody a good night.
Peace
Yes, sir.